What's up guys, welcome to the vlog. As you all know, I'm going to be driving my silver Mazda RX7 Type RS for the first time ever right now. So I'm just busy doing the prep right now, which is just putting the licensing on the back, getting my GoPro ready, putting my microphone in, and I'm just going to quickly move the cars because there's cars in the way and I need to reshuffle because the painters are here and blah blah blah. So anyway, we're going to take the car through. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I'm going to be doing a couple of things, one of which will be the weigh bridge, the next one will be the data dotting, and then if I have time, I'm going to be doing the certificate of roadworthy for the vehicle. Okay, let's go take a look at the car. Okay, so here we are. Pretty much everything is ready. I just want to quickly take off all this shit on here. Permit is on the back. Microphone is set up ready and waiting for me, and my GoPro. Okay, so I'm quickly going to shuffle these cars back around and then I'm going to start it up and move. Before we do any of that, I'm going to try and take off some of the stuff on the windscreen. Okay guys, we are inside the Mazda RX7 Type RS. Hope you can hear me okay. I've got this little microphone clipped onto me. Just finished moving all the cars around. So I've already warmed up the car. It's sitting on 89 degrees. It's done its whole idle cycle. It was sitting at about 1,600 RPM for a little while, probably about 7-8 minutes, and then it's come down now to about 950. So it's going quite nicely. I'm going to make a quick pit stop and I'm going to put some fuel in the car. Okay, so far so good. I've got that stupid aircon pulley back on, so it's making a little bit of a whining bearing noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that over the microphone. Gear changes are really smooth. Nice short shifter. So the gear ratio on this particular car, the Type RS, is a lot different to the standard RX7. It's a lot shorter. I'm not exactly sure what the gear ratio is offhand, but it does feel great. Clutch feels really good. Guys, this is the first time I'm actually talking and driving and talking to you guys about the car, so bear with me. I'm also a little bit nervous driving this damn thing. I don't know anything about this car and its characteristics and problems, etc. So might be a little bit of a shitty review, if you can even call it a review. My seat positioning is definitely an issue. I'm as far back as you can go and arms are really bent. I'd like to move the back of the seat. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I'm lying down a bit too much. Okay, this is probably as best as I can do. Definitely as far back as I can go. I'm not the tallest of people. 1.76 meters. I think that's 5'7". So the car is still sitting at 89 degrees Celsius for water temp. That's really good. Definitely going to have to do wheel alignment. The car's pulling a little bit to the left. Hopefully it's nothing serious. There's a small clunking noise in the rear of the car. Summing suspension wise, I did take a look at the top nuts. They are tight. Slight clunking. It's probably just worn bushes somewhere. I'm gonna have to climb underneath the car and take a look at that. All of that. That AC bearing that's gone is driving me nuts already. I probably should have disconnected the pulley for the time being. Anyway. So we've done a total of 3.5 kilometers so far. Car feels good. Doesn't feel like it's going to explode. Awesome news. Now, I don't know how much you guys can see on the GoPro. I'll set it all the way behind me. But there's a lot of people that are walking past and they're all stopping or at least staring at the car. This is not something that you see on our roads very often. just hit the boost a little bit there. I believe the second turbo kicks in at about 4,500 RPM. I don't have a boost gauge in the car just yet, but you guys know I bought some already. Idiot. Let's give it a little bit of a go in first gear. Power delivery is very smooth, very linear. First gear pull, obviously, there's no justice to this car. Second gear, gave it a little bit of gas there. No disrespect to this car, I mean, I still love it. This is one of my dream cars from when I was little, but I think the sequential turbo setup is shit. Now, obviously, I've driven the black car. It's got the sequential turbo on that, but it isn't automatic, so you feel the surge at about 4,500 RPM, and it's not a massive kick where you go, oh wow, okay, second turbo. It kind of comes in and then it lulls a bit, and then you feel a little bit of a surge of additional power. Nothing to write home about at all, and it's a bit different with the auto because it cuts off and at 7,000 RPM. I believe these cars, they really scream up to about 8.1. I think that's my rev limit. Now, I'm not going to thrash it to 8.1 today because this is the first time I'm driving it, and I'd like to finish my licensing in one piece. But yeah. Okay, we are back on the road. I just thrown in about $20 of fuel because I want the test to be as close as possible to the car being empty. And that should be enough for the day anyway. Right, there's definitely a big kick when that second turbo comes in on this car, which is pretty cool. So that's 4,000, then 4.5. Let's try that again quick. 4,000, 4.5, bang, second turbo. The car feels fantastic. That's actually really, really impressive. I had my doubts earlier before I went and filled fuel. To be honest, that small turbo doesn't quite have that grunt, and just coming from a turbocharged Nissan Juke, I know it's absolutely no comparison, but the turbocharged Nissan Juke has 140 kilowatts, which is just shy of about 200 horsepower, and the power delivery comes in at about 3,000 RPM, and it's relatively strong throughout the rev range, or let's say up until maybe about 5.5, 6,000 RPM if I'm lucky. This feels really good when I hit 4.5. Let's go again, second gear, 3,500, nothing, 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 4,000. Here's the second turbo. Okay, so I boosted about 3 times there. Let's check out the water temp. I'm still waiting for this R Magic holder to arrive, and it's going to sit about here. Car is sitting 94 degrees water temp. That's still okay. I believe anything over the 100 mark is a little bit of a worry. Okay, I'm gonna open the windows a bit because the AC knob is broken again. Hoping you guys can hear me okay with the windows open. I'm hoping there's not a lot of wind noise. But I just drove the car through this little back road, a little bit of a twisty. I didn't go too fast. The car feels great. It really inspires confidence. I mean, if I had to compare this to my GTR, I think I'd feel a lot safer going through corners in this car than my R32 GTR. And I can't explain why just yet, because I haven't driven it long enough. But I'm yet for this one to kick its butt out on me. But I mean, just going at low speeds, it feels like it's inspiring confidence and wants me to just floor it through these corners. So first thoughts on driving the RX7. It's a great car. The small turbo doesn't feel like it has enough power. When the second turbo kicks in, it is fantastic. The handling is phenomenal. Low center of gravity, decent enough power, good handling, makes an absolute dream of a sports car. I'm really stoked with this, guys. I probably can't see the front of my face through the rearview mirror, or maybe you can, I don't know, but I'm pretty much smiling the whole way. This is really cool. Just going back to my R32 GTR comment, it probably inspires less confidence, the R32 that is, because of the high CAS. Every now and again my little high CAS light comes in, you can feel the hydraulics kicking in and trying to throw the back of the car out or do little adjustments that are absolutely useless. So we just come into the industrial area now. The weighbridge is somewhere down here. I did it with the black car a couple of months ago. It is somewhere on the left hand side. Now I think this car would do great with a little bit of a smaller steering wheel. Give me a lot more control. But as it stands, really good. I think it's this. No, this one. How's it, man? I'm wanting to weigh the car for the weighbridge. Oh. Yeah. Can I go straight on the ramp? I'll wait you. Okay, guys, I'm going to get this car weighed and I'll... Must I go onto the ramp? Oh, okay, okay. Okay guys, just finished up with the weighbridge and the car weighed in at 1260. Right, so weighbridge is over. Car weighed in at 1260. Okay, so step one of this process is over. That was the weigh bridge. Car weighed in at 1260 kgs. It's a really light car, which is awesome. I'm not sure what it's supposed to weigh standard, but I know the black RX7 being an automatic, that weighed in, I think it was 1350, so almost 100 kgs heavier than what this is. Sorry, I don't know what it is in pounds, but I'll splash it on the screen right now. I'm going to go pull over somewhere that I know and I'm not going to get stabbed, and I'm going to take out my phone and I'm going to put on Google Maps. I need to figure out where to go for the next place. Let's check my Apexi while we're going. Okay, car's sitting at 101 degrees. So let's not boost it now. For a stock car, it actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing done to it at all. It's completely standard. It's got a voltage stabilizer. I mean, that's not even a mod. But stock exhaust, stock induction, and you can hear those turbos come in. I'm pretty happy. I'm definitely going to be moving those HKS power flow, super power flows across from the black car into this one. That's going to give it a nice little sounding induction. And then I've got that HKS exhaust that I'm going to throw on here. Okay, that's a good enough place to stop. Okay, while I'm sitting here waiting for my phone to get off black and white mode, water temp has dropped now from 101 down to 93, just being idle for a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, apparently we're not far. We are 3.5 kilometers away, 7 minutes drive. Well, that kind of worked, sort of. That's holding up my GPS. So while I've got all you guys' attention, links in the description. I've got new stickers that are out. Showed you guys in the last video yesterday. If you want to buy them, they are on NelkelJDM.bigcartel.com. Okay guys, that was about an hour or so. Just finished. This bitch is always going to talk when I talk. Right, I was saying, it's been about an hour or so. I've just had the car very dotted, or data dotted. So I was wondering a little bit earlier why I had a bit of a lack of power. I kept very quiet right at the end, just before I got here, but I had a lack of power. The car kind of felt like a normally aspirated vehicle, but it was still driving and driving fine. When I got to the very dot place, I opened up the bonnet, and cloth stuff for sound deadening on the bonnet, that had all frayed and kind of melted onto the strut brace. So I peeled all of that off. I don't have any tools here. I've got the basic tools, but I kind of need like a big fork type thing to take the sound deadening off the car. And well, I didn't have it with me, so I just kind of ripped it. And anyway, when I opened up the bonnet, I saw this, so I pulled all that shit off. Then the second thing I noticed is that the boost pipe had popped off, and the car felt like a normally aspirated car. So the boost pipe that I got on there, it's this makeshift thing, because it was broken from the time when the car arrived, and I've just put some T-bolt clamps on it. I'm trying to hold it together, and clearly not working because it popped off. pretty sure that boost pipe has popped off again because I'm flooring it and I've got no power at all. Damn it. Okay, so I'm just going to coast home. Guys, I'm going to end the video here. It's a little bit of a shitty drive. I'm going to open up my windows, get rid of this microphone, and I will catch you guys back at the house. That was an interesting drive, to say the least. So after I turned off the GoPro, I actually ended up going back home to my house where the GTR is parked, because I saw a little bit of smoke coming out of the bonnet. I'll show you guys why. There was that sound deadening thing that was here. Now it's a two-layer thing. The first layer is like this, like I don't even know what it is. Like anyway, it's like this stupid like mutton cloth bullshit, and then the second layer is like this black, very fine cloth. Now the black, very fine cloth got stuck all over here and melted all over the strut brace. That I've painted twice now. Anyway, I pulled off the black stuff when I was at the data dotting place, and then I thought it'd be fine. But after I switched off the GoPro, I started smelling a little bit of a burning smell, a little bit of smoke, tiny little puffs of smoke. And luckily I was just down the road from where my actual house is. Pulled over and the sound deadening was just boiling hot. It wasn't on fire or anything. It was just giving off a little bit of smoke, but it was basically catching off the top of the UIM and just cooking, getting really hot, and it started melting. I mean, it is old. It's 20 years old this year. It's a 1997. And then the irritating part is the stupid boost pipe popped off twice. So this is a makeshift story. I do need to make something up, and I need to make something up urgently. I figure this would have held up just for today. Clearly not. So I've got some work to do on the car. Second thing is this bearing is driving me nuts. The noise is crazy on there. So number one, I need to make up a new pipe for here that I can sort out. Bearing needs to be replaced on this, or remove the entire air conditioning pulley, which I'm probably going to do, remove the entire air conditioning. The third thing and the last thing is there's a bush in the back of the rear suspension that is going. Actually, it's just gone and it needs to be replaced. So there's a bit of a clunking sound coming from the rear left. Okay, that's awesome. So my little thingy just broke clean off the camera. Anyway guys, I'm going to end off the vlog right about here. Here's the black RX7 if you guys did want to see. So with regards to the drive itself, it was pretty good until the boost pipe popped off. The car feels phenomenal around corners. The handling is superb. I'm actually really surprised due to the fact that it's a rear wheel drive car, but it's so planted, so well focused around corners. You can actually feel everything. The car is giving you so much feedback through the steering wheel. It is insane. I did not expect that. Now, I didn't drive this car hard. The black one, I was just driving Miss Daisy. The silver one was a different story. Then the boost pipe popped off. The car felt like a normally aspirated piece of shit, and I drove it to the place, realized the boost pipe was off. I thought it was actually something else because I didn't hear any popping or anything, and the car still had low down torque, not much, but it still had some torque. So I thought something else was wrong, and I kept very quiet during the drive until I got to the place. Fixed the boot pipe, or at least I thought I did, with the tools that I had with me, and then I drove, and then obviously the boost pipe, or the clamp shot off a little bit and it's leaking. And either way, the car still feels pretty damn good. I mean, it's standard 206 kilowatts, decent power. I'm very impressed for what it is and how light the car is. It's 1260 kgs. With that power to weight ratio, the car is insane to drive. I can only imagine what a single turbo or a decently modified twin turbo can feel like. I mean, I'm going to move the stuff from here. There's the HK Super Power Flow intakes that are on this black car. I'm going to get a full exhaust made up with the HKS back box that I've got, and a few minor mods here and there, and it'll bump the power up by a couple kilowatts, and I'm pretty sure the car is going to sound and go once that's done. Anyway guys, sorry if it was a bit of a strange drive. I'm not used to the whole talking and driving thing, so I was actually stumbling for words, just mainly concentrating on my drive. Also, I didn't know where the two places were, so I was kind of lost. I wish you all the best for the weekend, hope you enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Guys, I just ended the vlog, and I just noticed something. The freaking tailpipe thing burst off the exhaust. You can see it's all rusted and damaged. Damn, that. So it looks like I definitely have to throw that HKS exhaust on sooner than later.
Money my Chevy earned, and Tuesday is ocean blue. 28 sit over you, Ferrari drops and Rovers flew. You sit 'em out, TVs I'ma flip 'em out.